Some rhymes going forward. Pretty boring. Pretty good. Actually doing pretty good. I like looking at my crypto. How's everyone doing today? I like looking at my crypto portfolio, and if it's over a certain number, I'm happy. Right now, it's being held over that number. Why? Cardano ADA. Cardano ADA rocks. If that Cardano van's a rocking, don't come a knocking. And man, boy, howdy, is that Cardano van a rockin'. We got about 4 minutes to the stock market open. Crash on, crash off. Right now, it looks like crash is off. Excuse me. I say I'm not big into charts. Sick gang in the house. How you doing? Good morning, brother. Promise what? What do you need me to promise? So, yeah, man, I always say I don't put a lot of stock into charts and technical analysis, but lately, all I do, my favorite television shows, watching charts, looking at charts. Man, that's one of the reasons I hate charts. You get to sit there and spend all day looking at charts. Tell you what, though, I've been sitting here looking at the QQQ, the cubes, the NASDAQ. Kind of scary, boys and girls. I started talking about how I think this market is probably due for a correction. It was just, kind of a gut feeling. I mean, I say that, but I've been waiting for stock market crashes since 2013 after 5 years of historic bull runs. And that bull run, it just continued to go more parabolic. Anyway, let's pull up, excuse me, let's pull up Tastyworks. Let's pull up the desktop. Let's see what we got going on. Check the markets. We got 3 minutes to go. My coffee kicked in one way, but I'm still a little foggy. I'm a little tired. I need that caffeine surge. All right, so the NASDAQ up 110 points. Nice bounce. Is it a dead cat bounce? Maybe. We'll have to see. It is Friday. Who knows, man? This thing could continue to rip. We are going to look at the chart. I'm going to show you where I think it's headed. You said last week you need... I promise. There, dude, mind blown on that one. I didn't even think about it. Mind blown, because I was always thinking of AS, right? Just a whole new world opened up. All right, NASDAQ up 111, ripping and running. The E-mini S&P up 17. What's gold doing? What is gold doing? Gold down 17. It just continues to get hammered. What's the dollar doing? Is the dollar open? Actually, we'll look at that on the chart. This is the small exchange. Silver down to almost 75, 76 cents. That's a pretty big move for silver. Crude oil, do we care? Crude oil is back up to 60-some dollars a barrel. What the F, man? What is going on there? I feel like it was just yesterday that thing was below 20. I guess that was an extreme low. Maybe I should have went long crude oil futures. I missed that boat. Them crude oil futures are big vehicle though. Bitcoin futures and options. I think it's both options and futures. I'm not an expert in the options and futures world of crypto. I do eventually want to get there. They're just not very good vehicles for us US citizens. There might be some ways. I haven't investigated enough. Again, I mean, it's just like stock options. I would imagine there's great ways. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the liquidity is not there. I don't know, but I would love to do some hedging. Say I think Bitcoin is getting really high and you hear things like you're hearing right now. Just put 14,000 Bitcoin on the exchange. Then you could go out there and hedge your position. You could sell some credit Bitcoin spreads. I'm assuming, is that how it works? I would love to be able to have that, right? Or you're looking to, say, buy a Bitcoin. Instead of buying a Bitcoin, you sell a Bitcoin put. Does it work like that? I gotta imagine it kind of does, right? Anyway, the cryptocurrency is definitely moving. We can definitely look at that in a second. The market, I gotta tease you. We gotta hold off. Crypto's the most fun right now. I'm gonna hold back. Oh, I do want to apologize. No, I'm not really. Don't want to apologize. I do want to say, I love giving that workhorse a hard time, that ride a hard time. Man, I do not know how many lives that workhorse has, but it feels like they're running out of their 9 lives. I think they might have another live back. I heard there's an investigation and Look, dude, I don't know if there's rumors or not. It just a tweet I saw from someone. I haven't investigated it. I have no idea if it's rumor, conjecture, truth, no idea, but there's going to be an investigation. And Workhorse is still on the table because it goes against Biden's policy of being clean air, right? So maybe there's a chance. I'm saying there's a chance. If you're one of those people that went too heavy and you had a come to Jesus moment when they didn't get the contract, you still got a chance, depending on where you are. Like maybe you're trapped and maybe you're just like, you're going to go down with the ship. But Workhorse, how's Workhorse doing? Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the old Workhorse. It's not even showing up right here. What's going on? What is, am I spelled? Yeah, that's spelled, is that spelled wrong? I don't even know how to spell Workhorse. There we go. Told you my coffee hadn't kicked in. Oh, it's down about $1.50. So it was up yesterday. Anyway, there's a chance you're still holding at a level. It's not, the bridge isn't over. If you were in too heavy, maybe you should lighten the load a bit. If you're in a proper amount, a speculative amount, and say, for example, ARQ, I hit on this yesterday. It's only 2% of that ETF, around 2%. It could go bust. I love me some ARK Invest. I love me some Kathy Woods, but they're not going to hit home runs on every single position, and they're going to lose on some. And this is definitely one that could be a home run or could be a zero. You know, I lean towards zero. I think even first, and look, I could be way wrong, but I think they could get the USPS contract and get crushed by the weight because they have not proved that they can produce any kind of quantity, let alone quality. I don't even, have they gotten over 2 trucks yet? Right? I don't think so. Anyway, and I think Ride's a worse situation. And I'm gonna digress. Let's see how the stock market's doing. We've been open for 2 minutes. We're red in my big account. Why am I red over there? What is going on? I mean, well, Tesla's no longer my biggest position over there, so that would have had me in the greens. So Mara, it's that Bitcoin, man. Heard some Wells took 12.1 off Coinbase 6 hours ago. Instant, yeah, man, who the hell knows? I think I heard similar story. I'm not sure. There was definitely some well movement. There's some Cardano news I'm pretty excited about. Ian Tubby in the house. How you doing, brother? 4% if Ian in. So Ian says 4% if NNDM is owned by ARK. Wondering how much this recent drop is related to outflow. I don't know anything about the direct offering. Did they do? What did NNDM? My apologies. You know, I haven't been paying attention to any real NNDM news. I just kind of like it. I've got puts on, so they're not long-term plays. So I'm biased. Well, we're gonna take a look at the chart. I'm biased NNDM to the long. I don't know what's going on with, you know, ARK. As far as I know, ARK's still buying them and they're still bullish on them. Before I forget, let's take a look at that QQQ chart. For whatever reason, I like looking at the QQQ. I don't know what to tell you. Instead of the S&P, everything's really biased to tech right now, heavy to tech. So here's some of my... So we look at this, right? And here's where we are. We currently go back to like March, the March trouble. The chart looks pretty respectable, right? This doesn't look too crazy. And then my technical analysis, you can tell, expert, some of the best DNA on the internet. So I honestly am continuing more and more to lead to this, like this down here is in play. Definitely like coming down for it, at least for it to be healthy. Because right now, to me, the market, to me, it just doesn't make sense. But it hasn't made sense for many, many years to me, to be honest. I've definitely profited from it. I definitely gave up after a while and said, look, I'm gonna catch this train to Georgia and we're gonna ride it. So we're gonna scale out and you're gonna see why I'm looking a little bit more peckish and nervous on this. I did make my money. I do Look, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Be sure to smash those like buttons. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. I do live stream every morning. 5 minutes starts before the market opens. We talk stock markets. We talk futures. We talk options. What else do we talk over here? We talk crypto. Actually, that's about all we do anymore lately. Crypto, because we think that's where the money's at right now. You know, but crypto is a tough one, boys and girls. Crypto is a tough one. We're seeing it now. A lot of people are clenching their tight buttholes right now. As I mentioned, futures and all that stuff's expiring today. So I do expect it to possibly even get a little bit shakier. We'll take a look at that chart in a second. But let's zoom out on this QQQ. Similar dips in September and October. For what? Good morning, man. You brought up Kathy, so it made me think. Oh, yeah. Good morning, Ian. All right, so let's scale out. Still doesn't look too bad, right? Still doesn't look too bad. Oh, whoa. What do we got here? Now, this looks kind of, man, like, is it possible? Dude, like, we're almost, like, this is almost, if this was Mount Everest, right? Like, this is almost impossible to climb. Like, there's no way. Like, we were getting to, like, crazy, like, we still might be in blow your top off levels. So for me, I personally think we are going to maybe dip down. I do think all the way down to this very, well, not very long, like more recent trend line support and resistance is definitely in play. And this even much longer support and resistance. This goes all the way back to the 2008 crash. And I think this stuff is kind of in play, right? Like, I don't, like, if we were to get down to here, that would obviously be a very ugly situation. You know, this could continue to kind of do what it does for like May. What's the saying? Sell in May, go away. I mean, we haven't seen that too often in the past, but maybe it makes a comeback. Hard to say though, man. I do know, like, you saw what I did. I lightened up my load in stocks a lot this week. Was it the right decision? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I didn't solely do it on the fact that I think the stock market's going to crash. Although my personal opinion is it's going to be choppy. We could see, in my personal opinion, I do think we're going to probably see some downward pressure eventually, and it's probably going to consolidate in this area, maybe even get down to here over time, or maybe just kind of, and it's going to be good, right? And then eventually we'll start going back up. But right now the stock market just doesn't make sense. It hasn't made sense for a very long time, and it really, to me, and it really started not making sense after the Roni, right? So yeah, man, this was a crazy, like, and if you go back, the last time you saw something like this steep, I mean, right here we're at 2008. Man, that was a pretty nasty crash. Like, the economy almost completely collapsed. And that barely even shows on this chart anymore. But the last time you do kind of see it, look at this. Look at this, boys and girls. This nice steep line. You know what this was, right? This was the .com, I think. Dips in the market 8 to 12. Yeah, we're currently at about that. And we currently are at a pretty important trend line, in my opinion, from the March lows. Oh my goodness. I just had some of the best 5-minute talks I've ever had. Oh, oh, oh. All right. Where did I leave off, boys and girls? We were talking about the now I'm going to have to chop up the video, and I'm too lazy for that. All right, so we were talking, let's do a quick recap. We were talking, so embarrassing. I had to clear my throat. I didn't want you guys to hear it. All right, so I'm worried about this. I do think we're possibly going to come down and consolidate. I do think some of these levels are in play, though I think that's a bit drastic, but they're in play. And ultimately, I think it will be healthy to come down, to consolidate, and come up. We were over here. So I was talking about, so you definitely didn't hear me talking about this. So I did kind of mention I was going to stop showing this, but here I go showing it again. So this is what I currently own. And it's actually looking pretty good. Anytime I'm over 300K, anytime I'm over 300K, I've got a smile on my face. I mean, I should have a smile on my face with that profit loss number. But I've made a dream. I've copied this tab. I made a dream, and I basically tripled everything, right? And I'm like, I'd be very happy with the 3x. But most people out there are demanding 10x's, 20x's, 100x's, 1000x's. I just don't know that the money's there. I was looking at the coin market cap. I would love 20x, right? Well, actually, I don't know that I would love a 20x, because I think that would be way too much a parabolic move, and then we'd definitely be headed for a massive crash. Said numerous times, I do think this cycle is different. I do think liquidity's coming in. Well, look at the current market cap. We're at $1.4 trillion. A 10x. Everyone's talking about a 10x. Bitcoin 500,000. That's a little bit more than a 10x. Some people talking Ethereum like 10,000, 20,000, 25,000, 27,000 BitBoy. I think Ivan on Tech has thrown out numbers like 50,000 and 100,000. I don't know if he necessarily intends that number this year, though I think 50,000 was kind of in play this year. Just think about that, man. Just 10xing the market in crypto right now would make that a $14 trillion market. That's a lot of money. There's a lot of money out there. I just don't know if there's that kind of weight ready to flood into cryptocurrency, right? We talk about the adoption rate. We all know that this is the future. We don't know how many of these are going to be legit and how many of them are going to fall to the wayside. Now, as I do look down, I do think a lot of the coins in like the top 50 have a really, really good chance. I mean, some of these I don't really know, to be honest. Like CDI, no idea. Elron, you know, definitely know that one. That one's getting a lot. But a lot of these are very, Tron is kind of one of those scammy kind of. Excuse me. Lindsay Lohan, who else is talking about Tron crypto? All right, so 10,000, I mean, a 10x, a 14 trillion. So we're going to need like $13 trillion to come into this market. Where's that going to come from? Institutional buying, maybe. That is going to lead me into Cardano ADA. There was some exciting news there, and that's probably why it's pumping. So again, I'm more leaning towards a 3x. I'll be very happy. I think a 3x is very, very likely possible. But I mean, you're still talking about another 3 trillion to come into the cryptocurrency market cap. I do think that's highly doable, right? But that's a lot of money. I mean, think about it. Tesla, top 10 company in the world, they've only dropped so far 1.5 billion. Everyone's talking about MicroStrategy. They've only done a couple billion. I don't know if you guys really realize, and I've done this before, like how much difference there is between a billion and a trillion. It's a freaking lot, right? So is the money out there? Yeah. Is it going to come? Yeah. Is it being produced out of thin air? Somewhat. But is all that going to come into the cryptocurrency market? Maybe. How much? I don't know. Again, don't get too greedy. If you're in a profit, start taking some off. For me, I'll be very happy with the 3x. I'm not like, again, I don't, as exciting as it is to see it go parabolic, those are quick highs. That's like putting the needle in your arm. It's probably going to go away 15 minutes later. Let's hope for a little bit of liquidity, a little bit of stability, and maybe not too crazy of some parabolic moves. Even like right now, Bitcoin's been crazy, up 10,000 in 2 days, down 10,000 in like an hour. some pretty bad candles. So let's see what's going on. So Bitcoin did dip down, did wick down to like 43,000, and I thought 42,000 area, this whole 50, like right around 41,007, 42,000 was in play, and it's still not out of play, though I think the futures close very soon, like within an hour or two. And then my personal bet now is we'll probably, so if Bitcoin continues to consolidate around this level for a while, altcoins are probably going to surge like a mofo, right? If Bitcoin starts kind of moving back up, and if there's some news comes out there that makes it extremely bullish, it could surge, and that's going to kind of put a stop to, I mean, the altcoins are going to go up some, but the altcoins will probably really surge if you start seeing some consolidation. And then, you know, the other one is, let's say we do go bearish for a bit, Bitcoin goes down. I do think like this 42,000 level into today was in play, but it becomes less out of play, in my opinion, as we get past today. And then it's a whole new month of futures and etc. The whales are going to reset their thinking and what have you. You got to be ready for it again in a month per se. But you just got to have diamond hands, man. You just got to put it in an amount you can afford. You can sleep. You cannot care. You don't care what happens to it, because you know long term it is going to the moon. So that's kind of where we are on that. We're looking actually really healthy, in my opinion, holding around this 47,000 level. I don't know if there's been any heavy push yet. I mean, they could drop that on a dime. Dude, the other day when I was looking at that crash that happened here where Ethereum went from, this isn't the Kraken one, but it went from 2,000 down to 700 in a matter of minutes. It was crazy. Cardano will probably, yep, Cardano shows the wick within minutes. This went from $1, like $1.10-ish, all the way down to below 20 cents. Like so fast, you could have blinked and missed it. And the same thing happened in DOT. So it happened in Ethereum, DOT, and Cardano. On Kraken, only Kraken. But I mean, DOT, red dot. So what do we got? It went from around 40 bucks all the way down to like 12. That's insane. And I'm talking 1 to 2 minutes. Like it was crashing so fast, like it was unbelievable. I thought a meteor had hit the world, and the shockwave just hadn't hit me yet. So that could still happen. I do not think the futures have closed yet. There could be one big push yet. I think we're kind of are where we are for the moment. So Cardano did have some really good news. Let's talk about that real quick. And even during all this flushing that's happening, oh my goodness, did I just close that tab? Great. Gotta love me some Chrome, although Chrome's having trouble bringing that back up. Running out of memory, all that Ethereum mining I'm doing. What do we got up here? We got the QQQ, and we got to change that, don't we? 88, release the Kraken. Ooh, look at that parabolic move. So I'm sitting there looking at my Kraken. I like looking at my Kraken and watch because that has my Cardano, it has my Polkadot, it has my Ethereum, it has my Bitcoin, my top holdings. I sit there and look at the prices, and everything's red except for this Cardano. We all know, we all love some Cardano. Cardano is what's keeping my portfolio up right now. Pushing $1.13. We got the merry hard fork. Yes, we all know, we all love it. Elon Musk, our boy Elon Musk, has well, he doesn't have it anymore, but he had the merry hard fork in his profile, talking about it pegging the dollar. The hard fork is on like Donkey Kong. It's happening Monday. I personally, and I might buy some more at ADA. I was kind of, if ADA would have dipped down to like below $1, if it would have went with this crash last night, I would have bought another $5,000 of ADA. But I'm trying to be reasonable. I'm trying to be like, I've got this cash on the sidelines. Cash on the sidelines don't do you no good if I keep FOMOing into more crypto, and then the next thing you know, I'm sitting there getting wrecked when crypto gets, if crypto has a really hard downturn. So I have been refraining, but I do think Cardano is going to continue to pump into Monday. I think the merry hard fork is going to be smart contracts on the Cardano network. and it's just going to continue to pump. I do think Cardano could actually pump pretty hard this week. I would not be surprised to see it start pushing towards $1.50, even $2. But again, we got to talk about how much money that is. So if Cardano were to pump up to $2, I mean, that's basically another $29 billion of money coming into that. So that's not that much when you think about it, but it's a lot. I do think it's possible. $2 is a lot for it to hit over the weekend, but it's a pretty big deal. And Cardano's an old G. They've been around for a while. There was some really good news that Charles Hoskinson, talk about this real quick. Charles, my boy Chuck. Why am I searching for him? It was already in the recent. See if we can find this tweet real quick. It was a pretty big news, to be honest. So what is that, Charles? What is this number? Is this this has to do with something about how they're releasing the Mary, right? Or the Goguen, the Mary hard fork. Cardano is having, yeah, this isn't the real Charles. Come on. This isn't the real Charles. See how there's not a check mark, man? That he's trying to get your money. They want you to send your ADA to a stake pool. Anyway, is this just all the wrong Charles? Am I following the wrong Charles? What is going on? Or does Charles not have a check? I thought Charles had a check. There we go. Charles has a check. I'm following the wrong Charles, too. What the hell? No wonder I'm getting all these BS messages. All right. Well, hopefully that message I saw was the real Charles Hoskinson. Maybe it was the wrong one. Well, now I'm not. Come on, Charles. Like, I'm a boomer, man. I don't know how to do this Twitter. Let's see. Let's catch up on chat real quick. Not going to happen until ETH 88 dot and it can handle 1,000. Yeah, Visa. Let's see. Lino, bonjour. Bonjour, Lino. How you doing? I don't know, brother or sister. Please hit the like buttons. Please hit the subscribe buttons. I do live stream all the time. I don't want to go into the spiel too much again. Team Cardano, hell yeah. ADA, the ADA army, ADA. Anyway, I saw a tweet. Now I don't know if it was from the fake Charles or the real Charles, but some hedge fund is selling $750 million in Bitcoin and buying $750 million in Cardano. So I don't know. Now I feel like an idiot. I don't know if that was the fake Charles. How do we... I want to read Charles. Why am I reading all this other stuff? So Charles Hoskinson. Cardano is an open... Yeah. So hopefully it was the real Charles. There we go. Hell yeah, it's the real Charles. So this global investment to sell 700... So this is really big news, and it's probably a big reason... Oh, Yahoo, eat my ass. All right. I don't even know what I just agreed to. I probably just gave... Yahoo permission to give my eyeballs away for science while I'm still alive. Anyway, yeah, dude, this hedge fund, I mean, they have $1 billion under management, which is kind of small, but this is still big news, right? Announced today they plan to sell off 750 million USD worth of Bitcoin. So they have $1 billion AUM, assets under management, and 750 million of that is in Bitcoin. That's a pretty YOLO hedge fund. I don't know, like, oh, yeah. So this is good news. If you're part of the Polkadot Army too, or the Marines, or whatever the F they are, we love us some Polkadot over here too. I'm actually just bought more Ethereum 2 days ago. I'm waiting to be able to have permission from the Binance overlords for me to send that over to Kraken and buy some more Polkadot. I am going to increase my Polkadot bag. But so great news for Cardano, great news for Polkadot. Polkadot's down though, so Cardano must mostly be up on the Mary Hard Fork news and the Goguen being released. but they're selling 75% of their assets under management, which was in Bitcoin. So maybe maybe the whole billions in Bitcoin, right? But they're going to take 750 million and go ham in Cardano and Polkadot. So that's got to be good for the good kids. And if you're in Polkadot and Cardano, Cardano is actually back to green. This might be a very, very across the board, very good buying opportunity. As you've seen my portfolio, I'm heaviest in Cardano, second heaviest in Ethereum, which hasn't worked out too well, to be honest. But there is a lot of potential explosive news on the horizon for Ethereum that could really make that explode. And Ethereum kind of historically does that. It just kind of chills for a while, waits for Bitcoin dominance to fade, and then you get this big boom. Consolidate, some dips and some consolidations, another big boom, followed by a really big monster dump. So maybe we're in for another big boom and off to the stars on that one. I'm kind of locked in. I kind of have some good profits over there, so I'm not looking like my gut. I want to take, because my Cardano bag's already too big. My gut is, Tom, get out of Ethereum, or get out of most of your Ethereum and go in heavy on Polkadot, because I love that 12% interest, or that 12% staking fee you get on Kraken. And I've heard, boys and girls, if you're outside of the United States, Binance gives 18%. If that's true, that's incredible. If I did not live in the United States, I probably wouldn't even know what Cardano was, because I'd be all in Polkadot earning 18%. I just got my Polkadot rewards today, almost a full Polkadot. They do pay out twice a week on Kraken. Again, 12% for them, 12% for Kusama. If you're in the Kusama, we love Kusama around here. Ethereum up about 36 bucks, so things are kind of turning around. I do think, I'm not sure when the futures close. It's either like right now or within the next hour or two. Anyone knows, that would be some good to know news. Bitcoin's still kind of, so again, if this continues to struggle and hang around in this, or hang around just like in this whole area, it's going to be good for the altcoins. The altcoins could really surge. How long that lasts, I don't know. You're already kind of seeing it. So, well, Cardano's just been pumping. Like I said, we think that's going to pump into Monday and beyond with the Gogan. That is on Monday. Probably buy some more Cardano this weekend. I don't know. I got to refrain myself. So, article is from Dubai firm converting. Yeah. Thanks, Ian. Thanks for that. Guest link didn't post in chat, but $750 million being Z crypto. Is that the same article we're all talking about and what you're talking about, BTC? Yeah, very, very bullish news. Polkadot's at a really good buying level, if you ask me right now. It is kind of has not participated very well. It's kind of been selling off pretty drastically. It had a high $42, and I think $100 Polkadot is almost a certainty. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. You got to put on your own big boy and big girl pants and make your own decisions and make your own purchases. Figure out your own profit zones. Take profits. Please take profits. Try and at least get your initial investment off the board. Do not overdo it. I'm probably in the overdo it mode right now, and I'm looking to buy some more, but I'm a little bit reckless and loose over here. You do not want to be as reckless and loose as I am, but maybe it pays off, right? Stop trying to claim you're in the boomer category. I say you're a first year. So I don't know. Yeah, you nailed it pretty good. I don't know what first. I'm definitely Gen X. It depends on who you ask, right? Like if AES Gaming was in the house, he'd definitely be calling me a boomer. I see 8 people. It looks like 8 people in the chat and only 4 likes. Come on, let's get this up to 8 likes. Maybe by this time next month, I'll break the 10 concurrent viewers in the chat. Anyway, let's wrap this up. The cryptocurrency market is looking good. I personally think it's going to be a positive weekend. Do watch the Bitcoin. If Bitcoin doesn't break out, the money's going to be in the altcoins. I do think ADA is probably going to get a massive rip this weekend. I would not be surprised to see ADA hit all-time highs plus. I think, what is their all-time high? Around $1.40. I think that's definitely in play. I might. Here's the thing. I tell myself, Tom, just buy some ADA, man. Like, buy more ADA. Just flip it real quick. Just flip it, right? Put in, Binance lets me put in 5 grand of ADA per 20, or any crypto. I can only do 5 grand at a time. So I'm sitting here and I'm telling myself, dude, just buy 5 grand ADA and flip it. Well, the problem is, once I buy ADA, I don't want to give it up, like, from my cold dead hands. I put it over in my stake pool and I start earning interest. And then the next thing, the same thing happens. Tom, buy some more ADA. Next thing you know, I check my bank account, and if I'm not careful, I'm going to be overdraft and eating overdraft charges. I'm going to have to stop eating for 2 weeks because I've gone crazy putting all my money in Cardano and Polkadot, right? Dude, speaking of rage, I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you on that one. So I don't know. Brass, what is it called? They just did another concert yesterday. Rage Against Brass, yeah. If you have not checked these people out, they are freaking amazing. Brass Against the Machine. Excuse me. I'm losing my voice. So they did a concert on YouTube yesterday. It was really cool. It was live. It's really cool. And they have a ton of videos. They are freaking amazing, man. They do some Tool songs. They have some originals that are really good. Definitely check them out. You definitely have to listen to them on really good speakers or headphones, though, or it just isn't there. And wow, it really gets me fired up. Anyway, thanks for that tangent. Do a quick wrap up. Bitcoin is currently sitting at 40. It's down below 47,000. I don't know, man. We're just gonna have to watch it. I really don't know. I thought 42,000 was gonna be in play and was a very good chance of happening. It still might, but now as we get deeper into the day, I don't think that's gonna happen. I do think the futures close is very soon, and then it's got to be on the radar for next month. Every end of the month, every last Friday, you got to kind of have that on your radar, especially if you're one of those people that try and day trade it, which I would highly recommend. I would highly not recommend. As I've always said, don't margin trade. Don't go on loans, right? If you're trying to flip between Ethereum and Bitcoin, or between Bitcoin and this altcoin, you might be successful, but it's a tough gig. You're fighting Uncle Sam and you're fighting being wrong, man. It's just tough. The best way is just get into what you like and hodl if you hear me. Cardano's at 112. I think 150 is in play this weekend. Let's see if I'm right on that one. I think Polkadot is going to have a move this weekend too, if Bitcoin consolidates and doesn't go crazy. Again, if Bitcoin goes crazy, it will pull the altcoins up with it, but not as much as if Bitcoin consolidates. If Bitcoin kind of just hangs around, the altcoins could really start surging. You're going to see a lot of titles. Altcoin season is in full effect, right? Must see now, emergency, exactly as predicted. Let's hop over to the stock market and see how we're doing. We didn't do anything in the stock market today. I'm over here losing money again. Did the NASDAQ go red already? What's going on? GNOG, man. That one's just getting its ass handed to me. That is officially one of the worst calls I've ever made on my channel so far. It has a chance to having a comeback, but I didn't have too many bad calls, boys and girls. But everyone's going to have some, right? All right, let's see what the NASDAQ's doing. Yeah, NASDAQ's kind of taking a little bit of a chill. This is starting to get a little ugly again. Good thing I did bail on most of the stock market, although I do list Mara. Yeah, Mara and Riot. Those are probably not going to be doing too well because Bitcoin's getting hammered. Wow, MicroStrategy's down below 700. If you want a proxy into Bitcoin and you want it to be a much safer federally insured asset, MicroStrategies is probably the best way out there to do that. I do think this is getting a bit extreme for MicroStrategies. You may want to consider dipping your toes into it, though, it may not be over. Like, I got in at around $600. So, can it go well below that? Of course it can. But eventually, Bitcoin's going to start going back to the moon. So, again, if you would rather get into a much... There's pros and cons to everything, though, right? But this is almost a pure Bitcoin play at this point. Their entire treasury is in Bitcoin, and they've gone out on heavy debt to buy more Bitcoin. And the rumor mill is, okay, so Michael Saylor's actually out of his effing mind, right? Like, he's sitting there, he spends his entire day figuring out how he could get more money to buy more Bitcoin. I don't know if his goal has to be the richest person on the planet at this point, because all the guy does is sit around thinking about how he can buy more. G-Dog, I heard some people are converting their warrants until sometime in March. Yeah, I'm not a warrant expert. I do know there is a point, like they could force you to exercise them. I don't know how much any of that affects the price. I gotta imagine G-Dog's making money hands over fist right now with that, the casino stuff. There is a lot of states that will be coming online with the iGaming. That's what it's called, right? iGaming. They are going to have, they're going to have sports gambling. I think sports gambling could be a really, really big deal going into the... we got baseball season coming up pretty soon. As we start getting much lower cases with the Roni. We got a bunch of vaccines coming out. I do think we're going to start kind of getting back to normal, especially in sports. People are going to be itching to gamble. So there's a lot of opportunity out there when it comes to gambling with your GNOGs, with your DraftKings, with your pens. Those are the ones I would primarily look at. I don't know. There was another one out there. I forget. BMY. Don't they like have some kind of transactions with gambling? Was it BMY or BMD or BMF, BMY? I don't have to remember. Maybe they had a ticker symbol. It's not Bristol Myers. BMD. I don't have to remember. Like, I don't even want to talk about SPACs anymore. Let's check out CCIV. I want to see how they're doing. That was that's been a fun, very fun roller coaster ride. Look at that. Wow. Let's check out Game. What's Game doing today? How's the Game doing? Wow. Yeah, you've got to be crazy to be in this stock. I just don't get it at this point anymore. Big surge, big pump, big dump. Be interesting to see how that says. Let's see, what do the options look like over here? Let's just do something really stupid. Let's sell. Oh my goodness, are you freaking kidding me? GNOG only had New Jersey in 2020. DraftKings is in 12 to 15 states. Yeah, so GNOG, that's primarily because GNOG is heavily focused on iGaming. And DraftKings is heavily focused on sports wagering. And sports wagering is legal in many, many states. I do think that's going to change quite a bit with iGaming too. We'll see. I have no idea. Like, I'm not in it anymore. I still like it. I mean, I still like it for its potential, but I'm not in it, right? I don't think it's a great play right now. So, I mean, I don't think hardly anything in the stock market's a great play right now, though. So it's a big reason. Like, even in my IRA, look at my IRA. I still got my Tesla. I don't want to give up my Tesla. Like, I did give up my Tesla, my big account. It was very painful because I think Tesla's going to multi-trillions, but I didn't give it up in my IRA. This is the one last anchor I have in the stock market because everything else except for, well, we got a few things, NNDM. But look at it. Mara, Bitcoin, 100, oh my goodness. How did I get up to 200 shares in this? Because I got crazy this week. Riot, 170 shares. Bitcoin miner, MicroStrategy. So Bitcoin. What is that? I don't even want to know. So this account, about 40% of my IRA now is a proxy into Bitcoin. I think it's going to work out okay for me. But cryptocurrency crashes. I'm going to need one of you guys to open up a room for me, or at least let me sleep in your backyard in a tent. All right. The small account is green today. I like that. Ethereum. This is like 70. Look at my small account. Cryptocurrency. Heavy into Ethereum. This account, my small account, I've mentioned it numerous times, started at 2,500 October 2020. I put 500 in a month, or 250, yeah, 250 a month. I'm gonna have to put another 250 on Monday. We basically close to doubled this account, mostly in options, including Tesla. Yes, you can make a lot of money in options and not buying them, boys and girls, selling them. High probability of success. We made a lot of money in selling Tesla options over here. Now this is heavily biased towards cryptocurrency. I don't know, man, like 50-60% of it's in Ethereum, just because that's the best asset on the board. I do have some Litecoin over here. I actually, the more and more I look into Litecoin, I actually like Litecoin a lot. I don't think, like, it'd probably be down towards in the top 20. A top 20 asset, I like it for sure. It's it's, for one, it's cheap. So a lot of people that have that mindset that Bitcoin's too expensive, Litecoin is cheap. You can get into it. It can do a lot more transactions a second. So there is some usability potentially. PayPal, I think, has it or is bringing it online, or Square. So there's a lot of, Litecoin's not a bad asset. In Tastyworks, I can only buy, let's take a look. It's not pretty, boys and girls. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna trade some crypto. I think I can only buy like Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, and Bitcoin. So I really didn't want to buy Bitcoin over here. I thought Ethereum in such a small account would give me my best bang for my buck. Oh, look at these greens. Let's go. Pump, baby. It's pumping. Look at this. We pull up crypto and Tastyworks and we get some pumps going, baby. So anyway, I do think with this being heavy Ethereum, the small account has a good chance of going from 2,500 to 25,000 in 1 year. Possible, maybe not. All right. Ian says GMBL was a good play in the sports gambling. Not too sure now. Yeah, I haven't heard of that one. All right. So where are we at? Let's wrap this up. I do have some training. I love training on a Friday. NASDAQ is down, negative. Tesla continuing to get hammered, down to 666. That's not good for the good kids. Satan's winning on that one. The E-mini S&P down 20. Gold down 42. That is a monster. We haven't even looked at the VIX yet. I'm scared to look at the VIX. Used to use Litecoin and Dash when, yeah. Let's see. I don't know much about Dash, to be honest. And I've never really used any cryptocurrency other than to make money. So I am looking, I do think cryptocurrency is going to be the network in the future, and a very heavy portion of banking. In my opinion, actually, centralized banking is going to play a very big role in cryptocurrency. I know a lot of people don't like to hear it, but a lot of people are going to get wealthy off cryptocurrency. But the people that know how to make money, that already have their fingers in the game, already have their hands in the game, you think they're going to let cryptocurrency just come in and wipe them off the planet? You're crazy. They've already got the money. And they're not stupid over there. I mean, you're already starting to see it with like BlackRock and things like that. They're talking about like, oh, we're considering it. My ass, dude. We all know what's going on. All right, so the VIX. Let's wrap up. The VIX is flat. That's crazy. I would expect the volatility. It is at 28, which is starting to get up there. We start getting over 30 on the volatility, we could really start seeing some flushes. Let's take a look at the chart. Let's see how that QQQ is holding up on that trend line we had. Yeah, I mean, it's right at this trend line. If we dip below that, it might be a continuation shorting opportunity, but it could be a fake out. Who the hell knows? Again, as you zoom out, this does look pretty frothy. Like that's a pretty massive up movement. Like even some of our best climbers on the planet would take some time getting up that one. And you can go back and you can really see the last time we saw something like that. What was this? Let's take a look. I mean, that was a pretty, like, overall that went down 83%. That's a Bitcoin bear market move right there, boys and girls. That's a pretty massive dump. Gotta respect those dumps, and I usually do after my morning coffee. We're really, like, we saw one here. We saw a pretty big sharp movement here. I mean, we had our V-shaped recovery, and then we had another, like, a pretty steep move right here. And it's just like we keep having these, we're going to continue to have these big ass moves up. It's almost a certainty that we're going to have a pullback. Hopefully it's not too bad. And we're already in at about 10%. There was even a little small one right here. And this is like, we're having some really steep moves here out of us all of a sudden. We could probably zoom into some of these and see some similar movements. But this one was a good 30% right there. And that was just back in, man, the beginning of February. Man, this is some movement, boys and girls. Oh, that was the February-March pullback last year. We had one here in September, 15%, and we're currently looking at about 10% now. So maybe, and so this one right here didn't quite reach the 200. It did go below the 20 and the 50. We're kind of below the 20 and the 50 now. So this might be, if you have cash on the sidelines. Yes, SGG, peace. Have a good weekend. I am wrapping this up myself. This might be a good buying opportunity. Oh, my voice is going. All right, let's really wrap this up. So this might be a good opportunity in the stock market if that's where you are. And crypto, the same thing. Good buying opportunity. Cardano is a pumping. Trying to get my voice. There we go. We got my voice back. Let's wrap this up. I love you guys all. Let's have a great weekend. I will be back Sunday, 2:55 for the Futures Open. We'll be back Monday, 6:25 a.m. PST. Be there, be square. We're going to do the market opens. We do that every day during the week. And if Cardano is pumping this week, if Cardano starts moving, I might do a surprise pop-up. So be sure to hit those subscribe buttons. All right, everyone. Peace. Yeah, I take forever